Okay, so this is Leon, and Leon is going to tell us a little bit why it is important to when you book your ticket and when to book this, and also the insurance involved and so forth. So this is our tour to India on the 16th of March, and then we're coming back or returning to South Africa on the 25th of March, which is then a Saturday. We're going to try to let everybody go on one flight so that when we do the stopover or the layover in Dubai, that we all kind of together and everybody is there together in a group. If that is okay with everybody, but it's not necessary that you buy the ticket via Leon. There is a financial advantage if you do buy with Leon, because he gets it for more or less R1,000 cheaper. And the reason for that is he's got a wonderful relationship with Emirates and bookings. And then also he can sell it for the same price, but he's willing to give up his commission for us. So that's why we're using Leon. Any questions so far? Yes. So we're going to use the flight from Johannesburg to Dubai, which is more or less at 1:30 on Thursday, the 16th. And then we arrive at 23:45, which is 11:45 in the evening in Dubai. And then we have a 4-hour layover in Dubai, and then we're only arriving at 9 o'clock in Delhi, which gives us the whole day in Delhi. I know sometimes the hotels don't give us a room yet, but we can store the luggage there. It's normally very safe and so forth. At the moment, the flight tickets, and I'm saying that is subject to change all the time. But if you buy now today, which I did my book mine. I just have to pay now. That's 13,795 rand for a return, which is just under 14,000 rand, which is much cheaper than what I paid 4 months ago, when I used Ethiopian Airlines. So I think this is a very good price. It's all inclusive. That means that your airport taxes and all of those things are included, except your travel insurance. And then there's 2 different kinds of travel insurance, and Leon is going to explain us and why it's important to have the more expensive one.
Yeah. Okay. So just to go back to the flights, what Johan said that you are welcome to book your own. I just want to put in a disclaimer here. If you book your own tickets and something goes wrong, I cannot help you. That is, you have to sort your own stuff out. I cannot do it. I won't do it. The airlines won't allow me to make any changes on behalf of somebody else, because I'm the owner of the booking if I do it on my system. Okay. Also with the flights, there's 2 bags of 23 kilos allowed. I've looked at it. We cannot pre-seat, unfortunately. You have to pay for your seats if you want to select a specific seat. If you're interested in that, we can obviously give you the prices. And yeah, so also if you want to fly from another destination, say for instance, you want to fly in from Cape Town, we will just book it so that everybody meets up and in Dubai and then connect on the same flight to Delhi. If you want to go earlier or stay longer, it's not a problem. We can adjust those dates according to what you want. It's not a problem, but I think it's just important that everybody's in Delhi at a specific time for Johan to get us to the hotel. Otherwise, it's more than one transfer, and that's going to occur additional costs for that person. Okay, so the insurance are with Bright. It is a fully comprehensive insurance. So you will be covered for 100 million rands. So that is medical costs. It is costs for if something goes wrong, the repatriation uh, back to South Africa for medical treatment. Once you're back in South Africa, your own medical will kick in. Then the price for that is 1,000 rands and 1,084 rands, if I remember correctly, or 1,095 rands. But that there's an optional extra, which I highly recommend we take. It costs 1,000 rands more, but it's called a non-specific event cancellation. So if you buy your ticket now and you buy the insurance, and by January you realize you don't have enough money to pay for the tour, you can decide not to go, and you can get up to 1,000 rands back. So basically, so you'll get all your the costs that you've paid for the flights, you will get back. Also, the reason why I recommend this is because all the insurance companies written this new pandemic clauses in such a way that you cannot really claim. So if a land locks down and you cannot fly anymore, you've got no recourse. But this specific cover will give you up to 30,000 rands back, which I know doesn't cover all the costs, but most of your costs will be covered. So, for instance, if the tour operator, the ground handler in India says, okay, fine, he will voucher the booking, you can go at a later stage, but you want your flights back, you can do it that way. It's just to get some cash back and then fly at a later stage. I think with insurance, that covers it, basically everything.
Yeah.
So
regards of the deposit for the Indian tour, you don't have to do this now next month, or we can do that in December or closer to end of December. But if you are interested in booking, I think the biggest thing is to get everybody on the same flight. The prices may differ because this is what airlines do. They have a different price on a different date.
Yeah, and each day they adjust it according to the rate of exchange.
Yeah,
and also the economy class is divided up into subclasses. So I look for the cheapest available class, but a few weeks back we looked at a specific class. It's not available anymore, so the price actually went up by 500 rands already, because that specific class number has been filled up. And that is the risk that you take. The longer you wait, you are definitely going to pay more for your ticket. It's not going to get cheaper.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the tour is open for men at this stage, for all over the world. So if you want to join, you're most welcome. Just let me know, or let Leon know. And if he can't, if he doesn't have all the detail, you can speak to me. But I think the biggest concern at the moment is when to book your flight ticket and when to book your tour. But if you are interested, I think the best is to book the tour, the flight ticket first, and then we'll sort out the others. Remember, we have a deposit that you have to pay here in South Africa, and the rest of the money you can either pay in USA dollars in Delhi, or you can swipe your card in Delhi. So that is for the remainder of about $950 that you have to pay in Delhi the day when we arrive. You can't pay me because I can't take so much dollars in. So it would rather be best if you pay directly when you arrive there. This is how we did it the last time. We've worked with Rajat previously, and we had received wonderful service and care from his company and from him. Yes, Alan, you wanted to ask something.
When you have decided to book, do you contact Leon to make the booking?
For the flight tickets, you make, yes. Yeah. If you want to book after you've booked with him, he will let me know Alan booked, and then I will send you an invoice which is payable by the end of December. Yeah. Which is about more or less about 2,000 South African rand, which is and then the rest of the money, which will be then dollars or in Indian money. I won't recommend it because it will be a stack like this that you have to pay in India. But you can swipe your card. There is a handling fee for, I think, 4 or 5% handling fee, which most of the tour companies do charge if you pay by card. But otherwise, you can pay cash in Delhi. And Rajat is a very, very nice guy, and we can really trust him.
Yeah. Johan, sorry, I just want to interrupt there. I prefer the payment for the tickets to be an EFT. We've had some problems, even with all the credit card securities that we have now, that cards still gets cloned, because once you've paid on the airline, I've got no control what happens to those details. I've also got a secure link that can be paid, but I do have to charge a 3% handling fee on that as well, because I'm not taking any commission or anything on that, but that credit card costs will have to be covered by you. So also the insurance payment will be online. You will pay that directly to the insurer, not to me. There's a payment link that you can either do an instant EFT or a credit card or card payment, which is the quickest, easiest way to do it, actually.
And I mean, if you do struggle, I'm sure Leon can assist you via WhatsApp call or like Zoom or any of these platforms, and then tell you exactly what to do. And I can also assist. But I think the best is just to know what is available. And I think if you have any questions, you can still write to me, and then we will have a little bit more in-depth a conversation about the tour and what to bring and so forth to India, what to pack and so forth. That I will do in another video. But for today, I think it's all about the travel and the deposit, or the deposit, and also the flight ticket, which is, I think, the most important at this stage. And if you do go for the more expensive insurance, then you know that if something happens, or if you can't go, you break your leg, or any of those things, that you are covered, that you can cancel, and you'll receive your money back.
Great.
Can I just ask two questions? Firstly, just out of curiosity, what is the time difference between here and India?
About 3.5 hours. At
Are
the
they
moment,
ahead or behind?
Say again.
Are they ahead or behind?
They are ahead. They're ahead.
Oh, okay.
So at the moment it's more or less 10 o'clock here. So it will be about 1 o'clock in Delhi at the moment.
Okay. And then secondly, just in terms of the cost structure of everything, when you book the ticket, is that then immediately payable in full?
Yes. So if you do an EFT, if you don't use the same bank as e-travel, then I'm going to ask you to do a pay and clear, because if the money is in the account, I can issue immediately. So basically, if you say to me, okay, I'm ready to pay today, I make the booking, I give you the exact price, you make the payment, you send me the proof of payment, and by, within at least 2 hours, you will have your ticket. Yes. And at the same time, I will also send you the link for the insurance, because that, for that unspecified event cover to kick in, you have to purchase your insurance within 24 hours of making your first payment towards your trip, which in this case will be your flights, will be your first payment.
Okay. And then further questions, what documentation do you need in terms of making a booking?
Passport. So that's also something that you have to double check, to make sure that your passport is valid.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
But it also needs to be valid for at least 6 months after your return. Yeah.
I'm valid till 2025, so I mean there won't be a problem there.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
it's
now,
just
do you
your
need
passport.
the original? Do you need the document, the original passport, or just a copy of it?
Just a copy. You can just WhatsApp me the picture.
Okay.
I keep it safe with me. Once the trip has been completed, I get rid of that. I don't keep those type of details. I also need your passport number for the insurance. They've got a very secure site that is POPIA approved. I just need to upload the passport onto that site, which is actually quite nice. If something goes wrong on that, in India, and you lose your passport, which sometimes happens, we've got a copy of it, and it just makes it so much easier if you go to the commissions and things like that to have a replacement made.
Yes,
Visas, what are there visas required?
Yes, it is a free visa. So there's two options. You can apply for a 1-month visa, and that you can only apply within 2 or 3 weeks before you go to India. And then it's only valid for 1 month, and it's for free. And then there's a second option, which was for free. I don't know if it's still for free, but that is a 1-year visa, which you can apply now for India. But I will tell you in more details in other videos that I'm going to record about the visa requirements and so forth, and if there's anything like COVID vaccination requirement and those things. I know before there was, but I think that will fall away. You're just going to need maybe a COVID test within the 24 hours before you go. But that we, I mean, everything is changing towards next year, so we can't say for sure at the moment.
Yeah, we will do a regular update on that, because the situation is fluid, and there might be stricter controls later on, or it might fall away altogether. It is easier if you are vaccinated and you can show that vaccination certificate. If you do not like to be vaccinated, then sometimes they might require you to do a visa, your PCR test before departure here, and then again back to South Africa.
Yeah, when I was there, they did ask me if I was vaccinated, and then I also had to prove a negative test. But they didn't ask me when I returned to do any testing or anything at that point. But like I said, this was in August, and so of course it will change, because everything changes at the moment. So Alan, if they do require and they refuse you, and if you did go for this 2,000 Rand insurance travel agency or policy, then of course you will then receive all your money back.
Yeah, because you don't have to declare on that specific cover the reason why you cancelled. You just say, I'm cancelling. You don't, it's an unnamed event, so you don't even have to. It's a very nice thing to actually have.
Yes,
so
John.
the cancellations then not due to an event beyond your control. It's you I'm just canceling, full stop.
Yes.
Even just even a disinclination to travel, which is normally not covered, but in this one it is unnamed. So you can, if you're just not in the mood to travel, it's fine. You just say, I'm not traveling anymore. You don't have to give a reason.
Okay.
Now, sorry, when the cost of the flight, when do you think that's going to go up? When do you think that's going to be, or is that completely unknown?
It's very difficult to say. Normally, what I can do is I've made a booking for Johan. Normally, I can hold that booking for about 4 or 5 days. It is always better to do it over weekdays, because my issuing department is only open until 12 o'clock on a Saturday. So, for instance, Johan's ticket is, or the booking is there until Sunday. But if he phones me on Sunday to say he needs to issue, then it's an after-hour fee of 500 Rands that they will charge. So it's better if we do it during the week. And then, it depends on what the dollar does. So if I grab seats for you, then I can keep that for about, I think it's 5 days in total. Yeah, 5 days in total. So within any of those days, you can purchase the ticket. Normally, I say 4 days because that fifth day, sometimes they say by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which makes it difficult. So so let's say within 4 days you have to pay me and I have to issue that ticket. But on the day that you make the payment, I will just send you a final quote because the price might go up slightly or down slightly. It's normally just what happens to the rand and the dollar.
So what would your time frame? What is your recommendation for the time frame now?
Well, if you want to go ahead, I can make the booking for you immediately now. You know, if you send me your passport details, I can make the booking. Can send you the quotes. If you want to do the payment today and you do a pay and clear, you can have the ticket by this afternoon.
I still have
I
to
mean,
do my.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you do a booking today and then you delayed a little bit with the payment, then the weekend kicks in and then Monday's too late.
Well, tomorrow is fine. I mean, like you can do the payment tomorrow. Otherwise, what I can do is I can do the payment or make the booking tomorrow, and then we've got until Monday to reissue the ticket. It shouldn't go up too much because that specific classes that I've booked Johan in is still fairly open, you know. So I think it should be fine. But you know, sometimes you get suddenly a rush of people and they just book everything else. Yeah.
Sorry guys, our recording time will be finished just now. If there's anything else, then we can have to just do a new Zoom meeting. So it only allows us to record for so long on a free subscription. Is there anything last question? Otherwise, we can keep on contacting and maybe have another meeting like this next week.
No.
Okay.
All good.
John, are you okay? And remember, this is not for you to book anything today. This is more informational. So please don't think that there's any push or any rush or anything. So you both have Leon's telephone number. So if there's anything that you need to sort out, you can contact him directly.
I don't
think John's got my number. It's 082.
Yeah. Oh, no, hang on. Johan will send it to me on a link.
I will send it.
With my email address. So sometimes I am in classes, and if you want to get hold of me, I don't answer immediately. Just send a WhatsApp. I normally respond on that fairly quickly.
Just a last quick question. With the insurance, the cancellation insurance, because you booked the flight, do you handle the insurance?
You handle the insurance, but I can assist you. So I will issue the policy on your behalf. If you have any claims, you have to do it in person, but I can just assist you from that side. So if you have any specific questions, I can refer you to my representative at Bright for any specific legal questions. I'm not allowed to answer that because I'm not a insurance accredited person.
But it took me 10 minutes to get onto Zoom, so how long it will take me to claim if I need to? Well, yeah, another unknown quantity.
And John, you're going to be fine to share a room if you do go and you do book. Hey?
No, the single supplement's just prohibitive, I think.
Yeah, it's quite high. Yeah, I don't know. I will also ask Rajat when I speak to him, because I'm going to make a video with him as well, and I will ask him why it's so high, just so that he can explain to me.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, and have a nice, awesome day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
you too.
thank you, Leon, for.
Thanks, Leon. Yeah.
If there's any other questions, please drop a WhatsApp or a mail, and then we can also have another recorded meeting. So I think there's a lot of people who would like to know what we are saying and would be very interesting for them.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for organizing this.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.